Good day. Welcome to our first week of online learning for the fourth quarter. This module will help you understand social and political stratification, identify the characteristics of the system of stratification, and examine the concept, characteristics, and forms of stratification systems using sociological perspectives. Our objectives for today's lesson: after going through this module, you are expected to: first, define social and political stratification. Second, examine social stratification from the functionalist and conflict perspectives. And third one, examine the concept, characteristics, and forms of stratification systems using sociological perspectives. Is social and political stratification. Sociologists use the term social stratification to describe the system of social standing. According to Karl Marx, in terms wealth produced in relation to the ownership of means of production. For example, if you are the owner of the company, you get most of the profits gained by your company's operation compared to that of your employees. Wealth may refer to money, properties, and similar tangible resources. Max Weber, on the other hand, differentiates them into three: wealth, power, and prestige. Individual social standing can be measured all at once based on their relative access to these three. For example, a college professor may have less power and less wealth, but he or she enjoys a lot of prestige. A government employee may have less wealth and less prestige, but he or she may have more power. Political stratification can be related to norms, values, class structures, status groups, associations, and laws, which structure the relations between individuals. Basis of class according to Karl Marx and Max Weber. Karl Marx economic structure, material prosperity, ownership of the means of productions, power, political or social authority or control, especially that which is exercised by a government. Max Weber, wealth, material prosperity, prestige, widespread respect and admiration felt for someone due to his or her achievements or quality. The concept of social stratification. Social exclusion, process by which individuals are cut off from full involvement in the wider circles of society, may be due to poor housing, lack of employment, inferior schools, or limited transportations. This to lack of opportunities for self-improvement. Systems of stratification. First is closed. Impose rigid boundaries between social groups. Limit interactions between members who belong to different social groups or occupy different levels in social hierarchy, resistant to change in social rules. Second is open, mainly based on achievement, allowing more flexibility in social rules. increased social mobility, and better interaction. Third one is case system. Closed stratification system because people are unable to change their social standing. Promote belief in fate, destiny, and the will of individual freedom. People born in case society are socialized to accept their standing for the rest of their lives. There are no opportunities to improve one's social position. Brahma and the origins of caste. Brahmins, priests and teachers. Kshatriyas, warriors and rulers. Vaishyas, farmers, traders and merchants. Sudras, laborers. Dalits or outcasts. Street sweepers, latrine cleaners. The fourth one is class system, based on ownership of resources and the individual's occupation or profession. A social class is composed of people who share the same background and characteristics, income, education, and occupation. People are free to move from one social class to another and achieve higher status in life through education and employment. Openness in class systems results in prevalence of exogamous marriages, marriage outside of a specific group, especially as required by custom or law. Society in general still remains strongly influenced by other factors, such as inheritance and pressure to conform. Theoretical perspective on social stratification. First is conflict theory. Takes critical law of social stratification. Considers society as benefiting only on small segment. Stratification causes inequality. Drawn from ideas of Karl Marx. According to Karl Marx, social stratification is influenced by economic forces and relationships in society are defined by factors of publication. The two groups are first bourgeois or capitalist, owns factors of production, land, resources, business, and proletariat or upper class. Second is proletariat or workers who provide manual labor or lower class. Inequality causes workers to experience alienation, isolation, and great misery due to powerless status. This leads to class conflict. Second is symbolic interactionism. Micro-level perspective attempts to explain how people's social standing affects their everyday interactions, leads to interaction within the same class. Stratification becomes a system that groups of people, interests, background, way of life. People's appearance reflects their perceived social standing. Theory of conspicuous consumption. Buying a certain products to make social statement about status. Social mobility. There are two main types. First, upward mobility. Upward movement in social class may be through education, employment, or marriage. Second is downward mobility, lowering of social class, brought by economic setbacks, unemployment, illness, and dropping out of school. Ability of individuals or groups to change their positions within a social stratification system. How individuals progress from a lower to a higher class, or how they lose their status and occupy much lower position in society. Their major factor: economic status or accumulation of wealth. Thank you for listening. Always do your best. What you plant now, you will harvest later.